Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha with Ice Cream Fitness here, and I had a subscriber ask me in a private message this morning if I would clarify something because I've never actually addressed this point, and I am a huge proponent of the squat and the deadlift, and these are lifts that I think just about everybody should be doing almost irrespective of what your actual training goals are. And that question is, do squats and deadlifts make everything grow, and can they make your arms grow? But hold on, let me give you guys a bicep shot first. Well, I wish that myth actually was true because I squat 5 days a week and I deadlift 2 to 3 days a week, and you guys have seen my back and my leg development, and unfortunately my arms lag behind my back and my legs by a considerable amount. So I really wish this myth was true, but the reality is it simply isn't, and I want to kind of break down why. Now, some strength and conditioning coaches a couple of decades ago did an in-house experiment on this where they took half a dozen novice lifters and they put them on a high protein, high calorie diet, and they had them do a 20 rep squat program, and they had them squatting something like 3 times a week and doing no other lifts other than a hard progression on the 20 rep squats. And I think they had concluded something like an average of in 3 months, I could be wrong here because this is quite an old experiment they did, they put on about 10 pounds, but that's a little more weight than you're going to gain even with new gains in 3 months. So some of it's going to be fat, and they gained an average of around, I think, 3/4 of an inch on their arms, but some of that's going to be fat. So this is hardly dramatic, and because they didn't really measure body composition, that could have very well been fat gain around their arms, and there might have been a very small amount of muscle growth being stimulated by doing heavy full body training. And squats do work most of the muscle fibers in the body for a very short period of time, but I would say that even if it was proven that they did this for complete untrained people, I would say that that would be very, very short-lived, and very quickly you wouldn't see additional growth in your arms from doing just squats. Now, the reality is squats and deadlifts do have the potential to put tremendous amounts of muscle on you, just those two lifts do, because they work the vast majority of the muscle fibers through your body, your fast twitch, your slow twitch, all your intermediate fibers, and they hit most of the muscle groups in your body, and they hit all of the big muscle groups because your quads, glutes, hamstrings, even your lats are working on both these lifts, your traps, all the big muscles get worked. So they're going to put a lot of size on you, but if you really think your triceps, biceps, and pecs are going to get bigger from doing squats and deadlifts, it's just not going to happen. And even the hormonal release factor isn't real. We've studied this and studied this and studied this because this is an old myth, and the current meta-analysis and scientific consensus on it seems to be that hormones, particularly testosterone and growth hormone released as a result of training, have no anabolic effect, and they have no effect on net muscle protein synthesis, even in the muscles you work, not to mention the entire body. So it doesn't actually seem to be a relevant factor. So testosterone and growth hormone release from training don't matter, so therefore that release is not going to make your biceps grow. And I think it's a great myth in the sense that it gets people to squat and deadlift, which is something I think that everyone should be doing who doesn't have back issues and they're capable of doing them, for the host of benefits that they give you outside of just your physique. But unfortunately, it is a myth. There isn't evidence to back it. The science seems to disagree with it. And we could argue that because the deadlift pulls on the bicep statically, that it may stimulate some bicep growth, while the squat doesn't, but the deadlift might. I think it's fair to say that even a 600-pound deadlift is going to put less stress on your biceps than a concentration curl or a chin-up is going to. So in short, if you want bigger biceps, you're probably going to have to do some weighted chin-ups or curls. The squats and deadlifts alone are simply not going to cut it. Alright guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you next time.